Hey, how's it going? Quick check-in today. Got my Christmas tree. Well, it's up. It's not quite decorated yet, as you can see. And it's a monster. Look at the size of that. I think about 8 foot tall, 9 foot tall. Yes, that's one of the things I've done today. I have also actually spent a bit of time looking at this accredited speaker program for Toastmasters. I've got my list of all the, 25. You have to have 25 professional talks, as in paid talks outside of Toastmasters, done over the last 3 years. So I've just been back through the diary, picked out the 25, got the dates. I've got to find 5 people who have been clients who can write a kind of a reference directly to Toastmasters International. So that's all ticked off. Oh, the one other thing I have to do is the talk I gave at Experian, which was filmed. So I have that, but it's 75 minutes long because that's how long the keynote was. But the talk I have to send in has to be between 20 and 60 minutes. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do with that. There might be a case for chopping out a 15-minute chunk of the speech, which isn't ideal, but if I can keep it at 75, then great. But there are a few workshoppy bits where people are just doing the stuff and I'm stood there on the stage. So it could work. Anyway, and just going through as well the manual. So I've got 4 speeches to do from one of the manuals. I'm just looking at just over there on the couch. I've got 4 speeches to do, and it's definitely doable. But the reason I stopped doing this, I started this manual in 2011, and then I stopped it. I did one of the 5 speeches, and I stopped it because I just wasn't really getting into it. It's called the entertaining speaker. There's a humorous speech I've got to do, which I never like doing a speech that's meant to be humorous. The dramatic tale. The resourceful speech, so I've got to actually tell a story, can find some resources. That's the one I'm going to do on Wednesday next week. And an after dinner speech as well, which has to be 10 to 15 minutes. So all of those, I've got to really think about, well, what subject will I take? What shall I talk about? And I haven't got any obvious answers to that question yet for any of them, apart from the one on Wednesday. So that's the bit that's going to take the most amount of work to do this. But I'm feeling really motivated to go ahead and do this because there's only one other accredited speaker in the UK and there's only 88 in the world. So it'd be awesome to get a spot and an accredited speaker, but you don't just get it. You have to get all these things. It gets passed across a panel of judges. They have to say whether or not they think your recorded speech was good enough. Hopefully it will be. And then you have to go to the conference, which is normally in America. This in 2020, it's in Paris in August, so it's quite close comparatively, and present in front of a panel of judges there, a 10 to 15 or 15 to 18 minute presentation, and then they again deem whether or not you can pass to level 2 and to get the accredited speaker status. So it's quite a big thing to go through. I've been reading up a lot more about it. Lots of hoops to jump through, lots of boxes you have to tick. I've got most of them. As I said, I just got to get this Advanced Communicator Bronze Award, which is the thing that I need to get these 4 speeches finished by. So I've got 1 on Wednesday, I've got 2 in January, the second Wednesday and the 4th Wednesday in January at the regular Toastmaster meetings. And then I also have managed to secure a spot speaking at another club on the 3rd Monday of the month, the 20th. So I already have a few other speaking engagements that month and next month, so it's going to be busy, which means now is the time I need to really focus on getting the ideas for these talks down, because that's the bit that takes, once I've got an idea for a talk, it's much easier. I can just roll through my process. That's much quicker now. Then I can get into preparing and practicing and all the rest of it. But getting the idea in the first place is the tricky bit, so I've got to spend some time now doing that, so I'm not worrying about that as we go into the new year when I've got to be concentrating on all the other stuff. So, yes, it's been a fairly productive day today. I feel like I made some progress towards this, and it will be a really good thing to get. It's a good goal to have, but I've got until the end of January to get all these things in alignment, for all these things done, so I can put my application in and see if I can get through the first round. Anyway, there we go. That's my check-in for the day. Thanks for watching and listening, and I'll be back again with another update tomorrow. But for now, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and check back in again tomorrow for another daily update. Bye for now.